Me again, Lady Ella. On the 6th day of Christmas, Spifox sings to you a 6th Christmas message.
Isn't Lady Ella doing a fantastic job there with those little songs introducing each day? Welcome, Andy Nicol here, and welcome to day 6 of the 12 days of Spifox Christmas. Hope everything's going well, hope you're enjoying the build up to Christmas, hope all the party season is in full swing, hope you've got all your shopping sorted out, and hopefully in the next few minutes we'll have a bit of fun here and just remind you about the various ways that you can raise money in this virtual environment that we find ourselves in. But first of all, we've gotten back our chaplain of Spifox, the Reverend David Denniston, who entertains us every year at the Carol concert, has got another little message for us. So here is the Reverend David Denniston.
Well, we're certainly going to miss a lot this Christmas time. Parties and carol singing and, of course, the Spifox Carol concert. Although whatever else I miss this year, I'm determined to stay up for Hogmanay. Not so much to see the new year in, as to make sure that this one actually leaves. Another thing I'm going to miss is the children's nativity play. One year the boy who was chosen as the innkeeper was upset that he hadn't been cast in the starring role of Joseph. And so the play begins. Joseph and Mary knock on the door of the inn. The innkeeper opens the door. Joseph says, "Do you have any room?" And now the innkeeper decides to get his revenge. Instead of saying, "Sorry, no room," as the script said, he replied, "Oh yes, we've got plenty of room. Come on in." Unfazed, Joseph quickly improvised and peered over the shoulder of the innkeeper and turned to Mary and said, "You know, love, I don't fancy the look of this place. Let's try somewhere else." Sometimes you just have to improvise, don't you? And this year, Spifox have done just that. It's virtual Spifox. Lots of things have been cancelled, but not Christmas. God's love is still revealed in the birth of Jesus. And that love can inspire us to respond to the youngsters whose needs have not been cancelled either. For their sake, let's give generously and keep the spirit of Christmas alive and Spifox going.
Thank you to David Denniston for another great message. As he was speaking, I've moved into another room because I wanted to check on the numbers so far. And I have to say, we've been blown away with your generosity. The auction and the lapel badges are going really well, but we've had companies who are just making donations, and it is amazing. FES have donated £10,000 to Spifox, which is just fantastic. Thank you so much to the team at FES. We've got Keppies have given £2,000, which is great. And AKP Scotland have donated £1,250. All incredibly well received, and it's so generous. So thank you for doing that. Other companies, such as my own in Abstract, we are donating the cost of the table, as are Redpath Bruce, and many other companies have said to us that what they would ordinarily spend on a Christmas party, because they can't do it this year because of COVID, they're going to donate to Spifox, which is just amazing. So thank you to everyone for your incredible generosity. It's making a huge difference to the charities that we're raising money for. And we're going to, as we have done on every other day, we're going to hear now from a charity that's been a recipient from Spifox over the years. So please watch this video from Children's First.
Just want to say a massive thank you to Spifox and all your supporters for the donations that allowed us to take this space from basically what was a open plan youth centre to a really supportive, warm and welcoming family wellbeing hub for the community of Bathgate.
Definitely has made such a difference in it, not just to my family but to quite a few families. It's so much brighter inside. You walk in the door and it makes it seem more cheerful.
So we're here at the West Lothian Family Wellbeing Hub. This is our main area. It's quite a flexible space, quite a large space. What's really useful though, what we didn't have before, was the 2 individual rooms. Now these are great because this is allows us to have private safe spaces where families feel quite comfortable to actually talk to us as a family or individually.
There is times where you maybe need a private conversation, that you don't always want to say things in front of other people. It's good to have somewhere that you can go and just have a one-to-one. It's good to talk to somebody. Well, the kitchen being a separate space now means that We've done decorating biscuits, we've made cupcakes. If you'd seen the day we were decorating the cupcakes, there was chocolate everywhere. But it's just amazing to be able to come and do all this kind of thing. The thing is, if you were at home and you were doing it at home, there's always other things going on in the house, and the kids have always got distractions. They're in here and they're focused on doing the one thing that they're doing, along with other groups of kids that are in, and they're all having fun and games, and it's brilliant.
But a huge thank you from everybody at Children First. You've made a huge difference to the families we support. Thank you.
Another great video there from Children First and the message from Mary, and you can see the great work that they do and many other charities that Spifox have supported over the years, and we can only support it because of the generosity that you've given us over these years. So now we move on day 6 of our 12 days of Christmas to what's becoming the highlight of each day's message, and that is when we have a look at Fred's Bits. So please welcome Fred Macaulay with Fred's Bits.
Thanks, Andy. I suppose the worry running up to Christmas is that we maybe overindulge a wee bit, right? And that's natural. You've got to let your hair down if you've got the capacity to do that. And I've always been an advocate of drinking in moderation, everything in moderation, because if you drink everything in moderation, you'll get hammered. But no, if you just take it easy, because if you get drunk and you keep drinking, well, you don't need Uncle Fred to tell you, you'll get very drunk. And if you keep drinking when you're very drunk, you get very, very drunk. And you'll know you're very, very drunk because your breathing changes. You start exhaling out your nostrils, right? I bet you all, does that ring a bell? You've all been there, right? The room starts to spin. You think, oh no, I'm going to be sick. Brainwave. I know, I'll clamp my mouth shut and breathe out my nose, because you can't be sick out your nose. I beg to differ. You jolly well can be sick out your nose, and that burns. Yeah, that's why we have Burns Night in Scotland in January. We eat haggis, we drink whiskey, we spew it out our nose. Oh, that fair burns. Now, when the room spins, right, I was lucky enough, and Andy's been Southern Hemisphere many times, and he'll know this. When you're in the Southern Hemisphere and the room starts to revolve, it goes in the opposite direction, right? And I remember it from school, 4th year physics. It's the Coriolis effect. My old physics teacher, right? He's saying, if you want to know what hemisphere you're in, you can fill a sink full of water. And when you pull the plug out, if it goes one direction, you're in the northern hemisphere, other direction, you're in the southern hemisphere. And at the age of 16, I can remember thinking, hang on, how drunk would you have to have been to waking up of a morning and go, what hemisphere am I in? Oh, thank God there's a sink. Oh no. My wife is going to be furious. Hi, hello, it's me. Good evening. Good morning. Suit yourself. Have a good day. I'll be back tomorrow. That's why we have Burns Night in Scotland in January. You jolly well can be sick out your nose, and that burns.
Another fantastic message there from Fred Macaulay. And Fred's Bits is becoming the highlight, isn't it, for many people? How many of you have experienced that burning sensation after the Spifox Christmas lunch? I'm sure many of you. Anyway, that's us. We're almost done with day 6 here of this 12 days of Spifox Christmas. Hope you're enjoying it. If you've been with us from the start, you know how we finish these days off is we get our pipers to pipe us out in their own individual and inimitable style. And to do that this time is Richie Gardiner. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.